smarts and my...
He told me enough.
No, I.
Here's Chuck.
So this is just great. First TikTok fucks with the turtles last year. Now some of my YouTube buddies are going to get pissed off by their next target. It's for yet another iconic 80s franchise that 90s kids loved. And some of these YouTube buddies of mine really do love. Now TikTok wants to fuck with the Transformers. And I would know because last week a trailer for a new Transformers movie coming out this fall in September is coming out. And no, it's not another live action one. It's for an animated one this time. First animated one since that 80s movie that killed off half the characters. Yeah, this time, this is for some origin, what's supposed to be an origin story of the Transformers, a clearly shitty one. Yeah. And it clearly now we're getting, instead of getting most of the original actors for the Transformers back, they're now replacing them with big Hollywood stars, like Chris Hemsworth gonna play Optimus Prime instead of Peter Cullen, Brian Tyree Henry playing Megatron, Scarlett Johansson playing a Transformer called Ecto-1, and Keegan-Michael Key playing Bumblebee. Yeah, it's about all four, instead of being about Ratchet, Prowl, the main Transformers the main Transformer characters that most Transformers movies should focus on. Instead, it's about Optimus, Bumblebee, a Transformer we don't know, and now Megatron's on this team. Yeah, so this is gonna be great. Anyway, with that being said, let's just get on with this trailer, and then I'll say the rest of my thoughts on this later.
So, how long do you think we'll be here? I'm not talking to you.
You know what? We are so screwed.
Thought you weren't talking to me.
You two, come with me.
These new voices suck.
Report to Waste Management.
Hi there, I'm B127. I'm actually working on some nicknames. The one I'm floating right now is Badassatron.
These guys
which is
sound like
actually
college
pronounced
people dressing up as robots.
We're
These
gonna
look
call
nothing
you B.
like the Michael Bay ones didn't look that great either, but these don't even look like
I
Transformers
know
either.
we're just lowly worker bots who can't even transform.
Like
you
Travis
wanna
Knight
see
and
what's
Rise of
out
the
there?
Beast made them look better.
There's a reason no one goes to the surface.
If this is supposed to be Megatron,
It's dangerous.
now him and Optimus are brothers
Why'd
in
you
this
bring
version?
If we
What?
survive this, I'm gonna kill you.
I
They're
accept
brothers.
those terms.
The surface.
It's beautiful.
They run away like cowards.
You have proven yourself worthy.
Yeah, a shitty
Take
origin.
these and access your full potential.
It's time to show them we are more than meets the eye.
We can transform now.
On three. One.
Yeah, they fall down like John Wick and John Wick 4 down a cliff. That's so funny.
Where's my
Make
head?
the Transformers
How do we use
idiots
these
now,
things?
apparently.
Oh,
They sound douchey saying, yeah, we can turn into things! Yeah, crash like a dumbass college
That's
idiot.
not good.
not Transformers,
these
guys. These
powers
are
for a
college
reason.
people dressing
Let's
up
use
as
them.
the Transformers.
We stand here together as one.
Whoa! I got a battle mask!
And Bumblebee sounds like an obnoxious 16-year-old.
I have knife hands!
I can see that.
Transformers, Autobot Mayhem is what it should be called.
B, these are not the bad guys.
Why did you cut the door?
Wait, no,
I'm a
it was
fucking
already like
idiot.
that, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yes,
It was.
yes.
It was already like. Yeah, that's right.
And no, maybe there's a reason why Bumblebee doesn't fucking talk in the live-action films. Okay, so that was me checking out the trailer for Transformers Autobot Mayhem. I mean Transformers 1. And let me just say this, guys. Never been a big fan of the Transformers. I just never have. I know a lot of YouTube buddies of mine are. I'm just not the biggest fan of them. And there's kind of good reason. Like, the other biggest problem is, apparently it's this hard for Hollywood to get the Transformers fucking right. You'll get lucky if you pick the right person, but most of the time, apparently it's not impossible to get these guys right. Is it really that hard to get one adaptation right? Like, 2007 you could get it right, Bumblebee got it right, Rise of the Beast got mixed results, but there's 2 times they got this right. 2. Apparently it's fucking impossible to make a live-action Transformers movie and do it right. Like, people are all gonna be like, but it's supposed to be an origin story. They're supposed to be obnoxious. They're supposed to sound younger. This is not an origin of the Transformers. And these are not Transformers, guys. These are literally just college teenagers dressing up as Transformers. Literally. And also, here's the thing. Why the fuck are Megatron and Optimus Prime now brothers in this? They're not brothers, they're fucking enemies. So now Megatron's a fucking good guy, like, oh, let me guess, this is obviously gonna happen. He'll join the Decepticons and he'll be evil. Like, it's like every fucking origin of things like this. How is that more obvious? Yeah, and Ecto 1, it's like, seriously. And honestly, these new actors, like, they were trying to mimic the voice of the original. These sound nothing like the originals, and they're miscasted as hell. You have Chris Hemsworth playing Optimus Prime, and honestly, this Optimus Prime doesn't even sound a thing like Peter Cullen. You can't recast Optimus Prime, guys, you can't. Peter Cullen is the only Optimus Prime that exists. Hell, even the Michael Bay movies didn't recast Optimus Prime. I'll admit that, as much as I'm not a fan of the Michael Bay series. Like, now, before I get into details, here's the thing. When it comes to the movies of Transformers, the first one, I like the first one. Like, the first one, I remember when the first one was released, the hype for this was out the fucking door. Transformers was a big thing in the early 2000s for a lot of 90s kids, and this was every 90s kid's dream, to have a live-action Transformers movie be adapted to the big screen. The teaser released around summer 2006, shown before movies like Superman Returns and Parts of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. When people saw this teaser, people went fucking nuts when they saw the teaser for this and they found out there was going to be a movie adaptation of Transformers. Every Transformers fan was finally excited they were going to finally get a live-action movie. And like, whole 2000, like the entire year of 2007, the hype for this was insane. People were just crazy excited for this. People in my class classmates were excited for this film. Then the movie came out finally after a long year of the fans. The fans finally got to watch this movie. And now, it was more mixed received by critics. That being said, though, the majority of the fans really loved it. Some might have obviously hated it, but a majority of fans really loved this film, including myself. I myself agree with the Transformers fans that this is actually a really good film. yes, the Transformers should have been in it more, but hell, like this, when the Transformers are on screen, they're done right. Even with their, like, regardless of the new designs, they were done right in this movie. Like, right here. And honestly, like, and despite, much as I hate Sam in these movies, he's tolerable in this. He's not annoying as hell. He actually, probably the one movie you should have had him. You only needed Sam for one movie. You didn't really need to have him for the sequels. The sequels could have been about the Transformers themselves. Or hell, like, or just get a better human protagonist for this trilogy. Because Sam was annoying as shit in the sequels. He's fine in the first film, cannot stand him at all in the next two. And honestly, like, although, I'll do a little admit, but the bad problems I have with the first one, I don't like Megan Fox's character, but then again, I don't like Megan Fox in general, because I think Megan Fox is an idiot, and can't act for shit. Yeah, but honestly, both her and Shai had bad chemistry. They don't really sound like they love one another. The story was not well developed at all. But when you see the Transformers, like I would have rather Shai and Bumblebee had been the duo, the center of this film, not him and Megan Fox. Him and Bumblebee should have been the main duo for this film. Like, I was more interested in their scenes than I was with the love interest stuff. Like there's some pretty good scenes him and Bumblebee have. Like, there's a thing when Bumblebee's getting frozen by Ecto-1, Sam is literally begging him to stop and even attacking a few of the soldiers, trying to freeze Bumblebee, even trying to protect Bumblebee. Right there. So yeah, I did like some of him and Bumblebee's scenes together, and kind of a bit of a developing of their friendship right there. So you had some good moments between them, and heck, like, the Transformers were done portrayed right. Like, you had Peter Cullen coming back as Optimus Prime, and I definitely loved all of his scenes there. And as much as the limited screen time Megatron had, even he was done right with his new design. Right there, like, it did good developing the Transformers, kick-starting the story. And, like, at the box office, this made crazy amount of money. Like, everyone, like, class was watching this movie. They said how great it was. Like, they would not stop talking about this movie. Like, this was the most hyped movie that summer. The #1 hype movie that whole summer of 2007. So yeah, I didn't get to see this in theaters, but once it came out on DVD, I finally watched it from rented it from Blockbuster, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Heck, another thing about the human scenes, you also had some really funny moments with Anthony Anderson's character. Like Glenn, yeah, like, honestly, it's a shame Glenn never came back in the sequels. Like, surprisingly for the human scenes, he was probably the best comedy bit of the first film. Like, they should have got him back for the sequels. I would have liked to see more of his entertaining character, especially his iconic lines. But yeah, the first Transformers movie, I like this one. Now when it comes to, unfortunately though, I think Transformers, the Michael Bay film, just kind of would have just worked best as a one and done story. I don't think you needed to make it a trilogy, to be fair. But because the first one made money, Paramount was like, hey, people love this one, and it made so much money, time for a sequel. Hey, Michael Bay, can you come do another one for us? And apparently Michael Bay didn't even want to direct the Transformers movie to begin with, and clearly did not like directing the first film, so he's like, no, I had to direct things your way. But hey, guess what? If you direct the sequel, you can do your stuff this time, and we won't interfere. Yeah, that was a stupid fucking idea for the next movie. Because guess what, guys? They clearly let Michael Bay do whatever the fuck he wanted so he could direct the next one. That's how we got 2009's Revenge of the Fallen. And you want to know the sad thing? That was sadly the first fucking Transformers movie I saw in the theater. Instead of it being the good first film, if the first one to see in the theater was the shitty Revenge of the Fallen. It's not as bad as Age of Extinction or The Last Knights. That's not saying much, but this film was bad. Don't like this movie at all. Like, I liked it when I was a kid, but as I got older, I could see why so many people didn't. Like, people were obviously hyped for it when they heard they were getting a sequel. But the saddest thing is, like, before the actor strike we had last year, there was an actor strike in 2007 to 2008. And that pretty much fucked with this movie a lot. That was a bit of a problem because, like, it wasn't an actor strike, it was a writer's strike. So they still decided to do the movie anyway instead of waiting for that to get resolved. Let's do the movie with and not really know what the fuck we're doing. Because they couldn't really write much of a script, so they had nothing to really work with during that film. But some people were still hyped for the movie. Then that movie came out. Unlike the first film that was decently liked, people fucking hated the sequel. Like, holy crap, like, even though, like, this made more money than the first film, nobody liked this film. It got bad scores, viciously bad scores, and it was nominated for the most Razzies. Like, holy shit. It didn't stop the movie from making money, though, because this made, like, more money than the first. But yeah, the problems are rehashing the MacGuffin, and this time around, because it's Michael Bay, who's known for his crude bad boys humor, he put a majority of his racist jokes and inappropriate jokes in a Transformers movie. The Transformers is supposed to be a kid's toy line. And Michael Bay decided to put in a bunch of R-rated jokes in a Transformers movie. Yeah. Maybe they should have just not let Michael Bay come back. How about that? And not let him do whatever the fuck he wanted. Maybe there's a good reason Paramount Studio interfered with the first one to ensure it would actually be good. My god. Like, yeah, it's like, instead of being about the Transformers for this one, you know, like, you established who the Transformers were in the first film, now you have the opportunity in the sequel to be about those guys. No! The Transformers you're supposed to be watching, Optimus, Ratchet, Prowl, they get even less screen time. And the only Transformer of that team that gets screen time is Bumblebee. And somehow, Bumblebee, he started talking at the end of the first film, but then somehow they ditched that element and he decided, no, his voice is broken again. So he's mute. Again. And the other Transformers you get to focus on, you get two racist twins called Skids and Mudflap who you want to punch in the face. Who say obnoxious racist stereotypes, who don't shut up the whole movie. Yeah, we're gonna pop a cap in his ass. Why don't you get a haircut with your bitch ass? Like, shut up! Can I just watch a Transformers movie about the Transformers I like, and not you two fucking posers? Ugh, like, yeah, it's not about them, and also, like, when you know how Sam was actually decently likable in the first film, now he's a whiny, annoying prick. Literally, most of the film, it's Shia LaBeouf going to college. Seeing symbols, freaking out, having seizures in class, getting kicked out. And most of the film, it's him having, like, seizures of symbols and going apeshit crazy. Yeah, he's on the run again with Megan Fox's annoying dumbass character who's back for this. Yeah, and they have even worse chemistry in this one. And they have another human companion. Like, it's not just like the military guy from the first film who was evil is also with them. I forget his name, but yeah, I'll get to that part later. But they also have another one, and it's another guy from college, and his name is Leo. Yeah, that annoying little bitch. The guy that doesn't stop freaking out over dumbass reasons and never shuts up. Who he also hopes would shut up, and he never does. Like, don't even get started on that scene in the car where he won't stop whining like a dumbass 7-year-old baby. But honestly, like, probably the one human character the most I was rooting for the Decepticons to kill. It's like, just let him die at the hands of the Decepticons, because he's annoying as shit. And you also have that infamous line, I am directly below the enemy scrotum. Yeah, get it, because the wrecking balls look like a ball sack? Yeah, this is so nice. Ugh, like, oh yeah, and Optimus Prime is in the movie, but guess what, guys? First half, he is killed off. Like, they wasted what could have been a nice third film setup, what could have been a great third film setup, and what could have been a nice little shocking cliffhanger, where Optimus Prime, like, it could have been about the Transformers, and have it end with Optimus Prime being killed, and Megatron the Decepticon, like, keep Megatron dead for most of the film. Have, like, the Fallen... I forgot to mention the Fallen. Have the Fallen be the antagonist for this one. Yeah, the Fallen could have been the antagonist for the second film, and then have Then have him and Megatron be the two antagonists for the third film. Keep Megatron dead. The film could have not revived him until the ending. Right there, like the film could have been like the one to kill Megatron, like there, and then he successfully takes over Earth, has the Decepticons come to Earth, then it could have shown Megatron get revived in the ocean, and it could have had the last shot be Megatron swimming up to the surface. And he could have cut it right there. Like, Revenge of the Fallen could have been could have been the perfect Empire Strikes Back of this trilogy. Like, you could have made Revenge of the Fallen end on a cliffhanger. Like, if it was still about the Transformers. No, instead, let's just be about Shia LaBeouf going to college, meeting an annoying as fuck friend, having even worse chemistry with Megan Fox. And then most of our Transformers we get to have two annoying ass twins that you hope the Decepticons curb stomp. But yeah, Revenge of the Fallen. Fuck Revenge of the Fallen, I don't like it. Now, the only one of the Michael Bay sequels we had after this, the only one I can watch, Dark of the Moon. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Dark of the Moon, but I'll admit, it's the most tolerable of the sequels because, for once, they are about the Transformers. This is the one that actually finally decides to be about the Transformers, something we should have got with the last sequel before it. They're finally about the Transformers this time. There's Shia LaBeouf is still in it, but he's not in it as much, thankfully. We don't have to sit through his annoying-ass character a lot in this movie. And thankfully, they got rid of Megan Fox. Finally. Finally got rid of that guy. And then he got rid of that chick. And replaced with Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, who... she's alright. Still don't like her romantic chemistry with Shia LaBeouf either. But thankfully, they have less screen time, and this time we're actually about the Transformers. We want to be about the Transformers, not human characters we don't like. And, like, this could have been a good end. This was honestly a nice little ending to the series because Megatron's defeated, Optimus kills Sentinel Prime for his betrayal, and you do get that battle in Chicago. And you get the nice little closing quote from Optimus Prime, "There will be days when our allies turn against us, but we'll never foresee the day." Well, you get the nice little closing speech from Optimus Prime. And that closes out the movie. Like, that would have been a nice, like, Cybertron's destroyed, and the Autobots now have a new home on Earth, defending Earth from more threats. So yeah, that would have been a nice ending to the series. They could have left it the ending to the series. Yeah, Dark of the Moon, not the biggest fan of, but it's one sequel the only sequel of the franchise I can occasionally watch of the Michael Bay films. That being said, you went back to shitty territory again. And that went to Age of Extinction. Age of Stink. Yeah, which you all know is my most hated Transformers movie. Of the ones I have seen. I didn't see last night because I didn't want to sit through it. I tried to watch this last night, and the first few minutes I shut it off and gave up. So yeah, there's a reason I stopped after this movie, because this film was horrible. And I heard last night was even worse. This movie, though... oh my god. This film was the worst Transformers movie I've seen. Like, now, the best parts of this one, Mark Wahlberg, I'll admit, was a better human protagonist than Shia LaBeouf. I kind of wish we had him. I kind of wish, like, the last 3 movies before it had him as the human lead instead. Don't know why that could have happened. Then we could have had. Then I probably wouldn't have minded the human stuff. If he had been the main human lead, then that would have probably been way better and more tolerable, because he felt like a better written protagonist. It was easily the best part of this movie. The only good human character I liked. Every other human character fucking sucks. Like, these other human companions, you have his annoying bitchy daughter named Tessa, who I wanted to damn die. I was hoping the Decepticons would kill again. Because, like, all she does is whine, bitch. Yeah, whine and bitch the whole damn 3 hours. Yeah, this movie's 3 fucking hours long. It did not need to be. Yeah, like... and guess what, guys? Ratchet, Prowl, they're all killed off. They're dead. That's what we find out in the middle of the film. Instead, it's literally Optimus Prime, some new Transformers, some dinosaur Transformers, and Bumblebee. The only main team you have are Optimus and Bumblebee. And yeah, so, like, our team is just mostly Optimus, Mark Wahlberg's character, his bitchy daughter, who they even have sexual shots of. Apparently the daughter character is supposed to be 14 years old, and Michael Bay, because Michael Bay is somewhat of a creep, he has basically sexual shots of her. Real comforting. Oh, and you have another subplot, where she's dating this guy. Yeah, the douchey boyfriend from Midsommar is the boyfriend in this movie, and he's an adult. And he uses the excuse we're protected by the Romeo and Juliet laws. Like, and even Mark Wahlberg's character's like, I should put you in jail because your relationship is fucking illegal. Exactly, put this guy in fucking jail. I'm surprised this guy didn't get fucking arrested sooner. Like, even I don't like his fucking character. Like, this guy's a piece of crap, willing to date a minor, and use the Romeo and Juliet laws as an excuse to be able to have his illegal relationship. And apparently, yeah. Like, Age of Extinction, it's boring as hell, too damn long, hardly that many good human characters. Most of the Transformers you like are gone in this movie. So, yeah, like, and also, like, a not good human antagonist with Kelsey Grammer, and I like Kelsey Grammer, guys. Like his voice acting in The Simpsons, liked his voice acting in Toy Story 2, and even he gives a bad performance in this film. And then after, like, however, for some weird reason, this film made money. Dark of the Moon made $1.1 billion. So did this movie. This movie also made $1 billion for some weird reason. Some weird reason people still went and saw it. I don't know how they got persuaded, but it didn't stop the movie from making lots of money. So another one got made, and it was The Last Night. I gave up watching this movie, and apparently, like, for what I heard, it's actually the worst one. Some of my YouTube buddies who love Transformers have seen it, they fucking despise every minute of it. So I don't need to talk about Last Night. Then, however, but thankfully this time, unlike Age of Extinction, which made money, The Last Night bombed. Finally, a Transformers Michael Bay film bombed, and I finally killed off that version. Now we have, less than a year after, we have a reboot. Where this time, instead of being like a Transformers, it's just about one of the Transformers called Bumblebee. And I didn't watch the trailers for this because I originally had no plan on seeing this movie because because I was just fucking done with Transformers after how bad Age of Extinction was, so I was just fucking done with this franchise. Then I saw the critical acclaim it got, so I decided maybe I'll go watch it. I went and watched it around the beginning of 2019, and honestly, this was actually the best Transformers movie. This actually had good human characters here. Holly Steinfeld gives a wonderful performance here. Finally, a good female lead for the Transformers. And also, I did love her scenes with her and Bumblebee together, their friendship throughout the film. Bumblebee was written well. And guess what, guys? We finally got to see the Cybertron battle in live action in the beginning of the movie. That's something Transformers fans have clearly been long wanting to see. Yeah. Right there. And you see how Bumblebee's voice got damaged. And you get to see, how the Transformers likely got to Earth. A rewritten version of this, how the Transformers get to Earth here. And once again, as much as the limited screen time Optimus Prime gets, I like that they still got Peter Cullen back for this one. Yes, and I did like the two Transformers villains here. I wouldn't call John Cena's character really a villain. Much per se. I say, the two Transformers in this, the two evil Transformers were much more villains than his character. If I had bad quotes with Bumblebee, I don't really like Stenfeld's character's parents. They're annoying as hell. Almost as annoying as Sam's parents. But, other than that, I loved Bumblebee. Then we got a somewhat-ish follow-up to Bumblebee last year. Literally 5 years after Bumblebee. Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Now, this movie, it was alright. I mean, at least the Transformers were portrayed a little more properly here. And the human characters weren't nearly as bad as the ones in the Michael Bay films. Like, Anthony Ramos was an alright lead. He wasn't too bad. I mean, yeah, he wasn't too bad. He was alright. I mean, he wasn't annoying. Like, I've seen more annoying human characters in these films. Here, and the Transformers actually were the best parts of the movie. I was more interested in the Transformers. It was alright. Now this finally brings us to this. This, like, no. I'm not calling this Transformers. You know what this should be called? College student cosplayers. Autobot Mayhem. Because these guys look like fucking college people that most badly think they're Transformers. Now the Transformers just sound like posers that are just ready to get wedgies on lockers, hit with dodgeballs, get beat up by school jocks or tough kids in school, get their lunch money stolen, or like get swirlies in the toilets, or get stuffed into lockers. They sound like the kind that get bullied in school every single day. These are not Transformers. They sound nothing like the Transformers, and this seems like a shitty origin. Like, they did the same thing with Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. That fucking sucked. And now they're doing the same with the Transformers. Like, you got, like... And I don't care if they say, but the voice actors were trying to sound like their original voice actors. They don't sound anything like that. Optimus Prime now sounds like Old Man Jimbo Jones. Now, was just ready to beat up Martin. Or ready to just beat up Martin or Milhouse or Ralph or Bart. Along with Dolph and Kearney. Or just ready to vandalize vandalize any property of Skinner. Or cause Skinner trouble. Or hell. Like, Ecto 1 sounds like a typical bored goth girl. Megatron sounds like a wannabe gangster. And you have Bumblebee, who sounds like who's Keegan's version of him sounds like a 16-year-old obnoxious gamer. It's like, yeah, this is cool, I'm so awesome, I have knife arms, I can slice through things. Yeah, sounds like a reckless fucking idiot who obnoxiously won't shut up about his knife arms. You know, and when I see this scene in the trailer, I'm like, I wonder why Bumblebee doesn't talk in these new films. Maybe there's a reason why Bumblebee never speaks. Ever thought about that? So he won't say obnoxious jokes? I know he talks in the cartoons, but this is for the movies. Ever think why they don't have him talk in the movies now? Yeah, like, and you even have a scene where the Transformers run out. Yeah, let's go! They fall down like John Wick falling down the stairs in John Wick 4. Because we need slapstick in a Transformers movie. And there's some people that are excited for this, and they're gonna get mad at me for saying, you don't understand the lore of Transformers! Like, stop calling these Transformers. These are not Transformers. Like, and hell, I have some buddies who hated this fucking trailer too. Declan Kearns watched this trailer, he fucking disliked it. Like, some of my YouTube buddies even have Facebook. Like, OCP Communications apparently thought this trailer was shit. Apparently, Rambo Raff even watched this trailer on like Facebook posts. Even he said he thought this trailer was shit. I can't wait for his rant reaction to this trailer. That's going to be entertaining as hell. Yeah, like, several of them even thought this trailer was shit and compared it to Mutant Mayhem. So some probably will agree with me. Like, I even sent this to a YouTube buddy who is also a Transformers fan called Lucky, or Official Nerd. He thought this looked like a badly made fan film. And besides, guys, we did have an animated Transformers movie in the 80s called Transformers the Movie. They killed off every fucking one of them. I forgot to mention that movie. Optimus Prime dies in the beginning of the movie. The majority of the ones you like all get killed. And he had the song, Dad'd be stupid, Dad'd be stupid, what did I say? Yeah, as if to make fun of the fan base. Because they just saw their favorite Transformers. They were waiting to see a Transformers movie, except the ones they love all die. Optimus Prime gets Alien 3 in the beginning of the movie, and you're left with the ones you barely like. So what was the point of that movie? Nothing. My God. Fuck that fucking movie. Even the 80s movies sucked. Yeah, but apparently we live in an age where it's rare to get the Transformers right. Rare. You may seem like you're about the Transformers, but they're not sure as shit acting like the Transformers you want to watch. They're acting like college losers. They think they're fucking cool. Act like they stole their mom's credit card to do sorts of stupid shit. And they boast about how cool their powers are. Yeah, you have Bumblebee slashing furniture because they make him a fucking idiot in this trailer. Instead of slicing the good guys, Megatron and Optimus now being brothers. I don't know why, because they sure don't sound like their brother, because they're not supposed to be brothers. But yeah, Transformers Autobot Mayhem. This already looks like shit. I'm sorry guys, but it's true. For those who think they're excited for this movie, each their own. I'm glad you are. I'm not. Because apparently they can't get the Transformers right. Well, that day is hard. That can hardly happen. So guys, until then guys, this is 35 minutes now. That'll be it for this trailer rant reaction. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below what you thought of this trailer. Thank y'all for watching. If you like this and want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe to Don G. Corleone.